What's up, y'all? We live. We talking about from poverty to creating empire. I'm gonna give y'all the game. Everything they said they couldn't do, we did it. We started from the bottom, came from the projects, came from poverty. Everything they said we couldn't do, we did. I mean, when they said, oh, you'll never make it out the projects, we made out the project. Say you'll never sell millions of records, we sold 100 millions of records. They said we'll never get a chance to live like this. My main thing is to y'all, I don't want it to just be me. I want to give y'all the game that we came from nothing. So people always say, P, how can I get a shot? How you get a shot? You have to start getting the game. All this worrying about what somebody say, oh, I can't do it, I can't make it. They said we couldn't do no multi-million-dollar deals. We was in a project making thousands. We end up doing multi-million-dollar deals. The next level is billion-dollar deals. So we talk about a deal like the reebox deal. This is nuts. This is only 1 minute. I talked to my partner James. He's like, you know what? We're gonna buy banks. We're gonna buy property. We're gonna buy buildings. We're gonna invest in other brands. I mean, when you look at it right now, I've been giving y'all the game for over 27 years. Who listening? Think about it. This is how good God is. Every time they count me out, what happens? I get back up. That ain't nothing but God. That's when you're doing right. When you're doing right, you're growing. I ain't listening to none of them fakers. I ain't listening to no haters. I'm just getting better. I'm getting better with time. And y'all will do the same thing too. The blueprint is they've been acquiring companies all the time. They started with no money. They went and got jobs. They went to college. They educated themselves. The key to success is education. I tell y'all all the time, wisdom is more important than money. Because if you have $1 billion worth of knowledge, you can do $1 billion deals. That's what I'm doing. Because some people say, well, how you going to get this deal for $2.5 million? No, why did you worry about that? Worry about where you at and how to better yourself. When I was in a project, I wasn't worrying about what somebody else doing. I'm investing my time into getting better, growing. And that's what I want y'all to do. It's not going to only be me. I want to be thousands of Master P's out there to say, man, I'm coming from a project. I can look like Allen Iverson. The thing about Allen Iverson took over the NBA. Nobody believed in him. But imagine now if we educate these athletes and entertain them. Now we just don't want to be the face of these brands and these products. We want to own them. And that's what I'm going to show y'all. How to own this stuff. How to get in the room. How to get a seat at the table. You know what me and Baron Davis is doing is history. Because if we take a brand like Reebok and make it black owned and own the majority, that's history. African American owned business, why we all not joining that movement? And if the dealers don't want to sell it to us because that's cool, we get it. It's a struggling business anyway. So that business is struggle. So that just shows that we can do these type of deals, we can get a seat at the table, but now we have to blow up. The noodles, the chips, me and James did all this, the PJ Foods. Think about it. We're gonna probably be one of the next big companies on the stock.
What's up, y'all? This be your boy JFK, and we live in the Chop It Up Room, powered by FPC 5150 ENT, and we gonna talk about the interview with Master P, sharing his keys to success, blessing us like always. You feel me? I'm telling you, man, I'm a big fan of Master P. That's the homie right there. You know what I'm saying? I admire him. You feel me? I follow him on Instagram, Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Just putting it out there. That's my boy. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna get into it. Keys to success. First is wisdom. 2, education. 3, investment. And 4, tunnel vision. We live in the Chop It Up Room. Let's get right into it. First thing first, wisdom. You gotta have wisdom, y'all. Because when you're making these big $1 million decisions and you visualizing it, making the right decisions rather than what kind of level you in. Always got to go with your wisdom. Wisdom by you listening to your elders, or wisdom by you experiencing the things that you've been through. But you got to have that wisdom, you feel me, to apply in the things that you're doing. Because if you don't put no wisdom behind it, you just like a fool getting into business and you might get fucked. You feel me? So make sure you got your wisdom on point, you know what I mean? Gather up as much as you can. Google, YouTube, your best friend. You can find everything you need to know to sharpen up your wisdom. So that way you can be a wise man when you coming into the business room. You got your shit on point. You dig? 2, education. Education, man. I can't even. Education, like in whatever industry you in, make sure you got your education on point as far as negotiating, knowing the stats of people's, situations when you're trying to have leverage on negotiating with them. Because, being a business person, not having education in the industry that you're in will really scar you. You know what I mean? A lot of artists, they fail to educate themselves, and then when they get themselves into the limelight, they fuck. Because they just sign a contract because they want a bag, and they ain't thinking about the education part, knowing their royalties, knowing their points, having their masters, owning their IP, their intellectual property, all that type of shit. You gotta know it, you feel me? So educate yourself in these kind of like positions in the industry, especially in the music industry. All right, man. Number 3, you already know, investing. If you ain't investing, you gotta invest. You gotta invest in ads. You gotta invest in gear, logos. You gotta invest. You ain't investing, nobody ain't gonna really, they ain't gonna rock with you. You can't expect to make music and then just drop it out there and don't invest. You dig? It takes a lot of time marketing. It takes a lot of time advertising. It takes a lot of time and money. You feel me? It goes hand for hand, time and money. You dig? So you gotta invest. Invest time, invest in education. Invest in these things that's gonna help you and your success. These are the tips that I'm helping out, with the keys to success in the Chop It Up room. Last but not least, number 4, man, tunnel vision. You see how Master P say he ain't worried about nobody else. He doing what he gotta do. You dig? He's like a sharp educator as far as when it comes to business, because he shows you all the different type of investing that he does and how him and his partners ready to buy banks. They're ready to buy, malls, houses. I'm pretty sure he got a lot of property up under his belt already. You feel me? So you gotta remember, man, tunnel vision. Have your mind clear on what you're gonna do. Don't listen to nobody. Keep it pushing. Keep working, keep grinding. And you know what I'm saying? It's a wise man always told me, man, I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all. He worked 10 years just for 15 seconds of fame. And then you got to go back to the drawing board. So always remember, man, whatever you're doing, make sure you put that wisdom, that education, invest in yourself, and be in the tunnel vision. I'm your boy JFK, live in the Chop It Up room, powered up by FPC 5150 ENT. I'm gonna holler at y'all. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button, hit that like button. Holler at your boy. I appreciate everybody checking in. 1.